Hello, hello, brothers and sisters. It's a new week. We are very happy to welcome you to our show titled Speak of Africa. We have a lot of news for you. For this week, we're looking at models of leadership. Africa has a paucity of good leadership. Most of you, our viewers, you tell us every week the problem of Africa is bad leadership, bad governance. How can we resolve this issue of bad governance? Most of you are saying we need a new crop of leaders. Our problem stemmed from 1884, the Berlin Conference, the scramble for Africa. Since then, we've not recovered. So colonialism came and made things even worse. Now we're saying we need to make things better for us and our people. How can this be? People are looking at democracy in Africa like a scam. Most of the young Africans I talk to, they tell me democracy is a scam. Democracy is like a Trojan horse created by the former colonial masters like France, Britain. They use this to hijack all our resources in the motherland. They will pretend as if, okay, you have a democracy, a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. But in essence, it's a government for the interests of Western powers and multinational corporations. That's the reality. Most of the guys who are leaders, like presidents, they're just presidential puppets. They are puppets of the former colonial master. You look at the AU, for example, the African Union. You think that an organization that was created by people like Kwame Nkrumah, Patrice Lumumba, should focus on the decolonization of Africa, the freedom of Africa. No. It has become a dictator's club. They worry about their interests. They don't worry about the interests of the common man. They don't worry about the interests of the people. How can this be the government of the people, for the people, by the people? They get money from China. The last time China built a building for them, then they bought everything. So whatever they were discussing, China was aware of what they were discussing. Why can the Africans not build their own building themselves? Why do they have to depend on foreign powers? How did China develop? I know the history of China. China used self-reliance. Each time I talk about self-reliance, people challenge me, oh no, and they did not do it completely by themselves. So if you don't want us to do it by ourselves, then we'll continue living as beggars. We'll continue depending on the former colonial masters. Then where can we get the freedom? If a slave continues to depend on the master, then it means that the slave is not really ready for freedom. The slave wants to stay a slave forever. And that's the predicament we see with a lot of Africans today. But the younger generation, the Generation Z, is making changes. You look at this week, we saw the way Volodymyr Zelensky came to the White House and met Donald Trump. This is a perfect example of how to protect the interests of your country. Zelensky has been fighting an epic battle with Vladimir Putin of Russia. Even though he's underestimated his Muslim forces to fight the big Russia. Russia is a Goliath, but Zelensky is David. He's giving Russia a run for Russia's money. Russia thought in 2 days they will capture Ukraine and the whole war effort will be over. It did not happen. Ukraine received US help. Donald Trump was even bragging in the White House that, oh, without our weapons, you would not have lasted for 3 years with Russia. But look at American weapons in Afghanistan. The United States gave so many weapons to Afghanistan. What happened? The guys abandoned those weapons and the Taliban picked them up and started fighting. So weapons alone don't win a fight. The people know how to use these weapons. It's the same thing we see in Israel. America supplies Israel with a lot of weapons. But that alone does not make the Jewish guys win the war against their Arab neighbors. It is because they have the knowledge to fight. They have the will to fight for their land, for their country. That's what makes a difference. We think a lot of African leaders can take a page from Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine. Look at the way he presented himself. The big bully, Donald Trump, did everything possible to derail him. They ambushed him, but he survived the ambush. By contrast, when Zelensky left the United States, he went to Britain. Look at the response, the welcome he received in Britain. PM Starmer welcomed him like a hero. So we like the courage of Volodymyr Zelensky. He's showing that he loves his country, he loves his people, he will fight for his people's interests. That's what we expect to see in other African countries. We think a guy who is making us proud so far is Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso. He is showing that he is built with the mettle of Volodymyr Zelensky. He loves his country, he's patriotic, he's not selling out. He's doing things in the spirit of Sankara. A few weeks ago, we told you the way in 2 years and a few months, Ibrahim Traoré has transformed his country. A small landlocked country with the jihadists surrounding the people all over the place, but Ibrahim Traoré has marshaled the forces to fight the jihadists and recapture the taken territory. The captured territory by the rebels and the jihadists is being retrieved by the forces of Ibrahim Traoré. He is scoring victory not only in the war front, he's also scoring victory in the area of the economy. And this is where we are seeing a lot of the impact. I think some of you are very happy with what you're seeing. When he came to power, I was not really impressed with this young man. But you, our viewers, you keep sharing information with me. So you've been educating me and you've been educating other Africans. You've been sharing the stuff that Ibrahim Traoré is doing. We cannot say we don't like this guy. Who quarrels with success? You don't quarrel with success. When you give us proof, we use the proof to build our show. And most of you keep sending us material on the work that Ibrahim Traoré is doing in his country. It's not just propaganda. The work is visible for all to see. He's making sure that the wealth of the country is shared by the people. Everybody gets a piece. So the big guys alone are not taking everything like you have in other countries. What I call a tale of two cities. You have the city of the riches and the city of the poor. You have people who are rich, they enjoy all the privileges. Then you have those who are poor, who are merely eking out an earthly existence. And an example like this is La République du Cameroon. This is really a sad case. This week, we saw pictures. In Cameroon, the people are just depressed. Last time, we even showed you a picture of a young guy who tried to hide on the wheel of an airplane to fly to Europe in search of greener pastures, in search of a better life. Unbeknown to this young man, the wheel turned and he fell on the tarmac and died. He was clutching his little bag and he died with his little bag. So if a guy can be so desperate to sacrifice himself just because he wants to go and live a better life in Europe, that just tells you how dire the life of the youth in Cameroon is. A few weeks ago, Paul Biya celebrated what he's called Youth Day, but the youth were not really happy about anything Paul Biya has to talk about. Paul Biya was talking more like, okay, the youth, we'll think about you, we're going to do something about it. Cameroon. I was really lucky when I graduated back in 82. They came up with this program, Recrutement Spécial, 1500. 1,500 of us were given jobs to teach. And that's how we were able to get our employment. But when I went through that experience, I became very sober. When I looked at everything else, I said, no, this was not a good country for me. I have to live in search of greener pastures. I left, and I've been living a better life in the United States. I'm happy with the life. I miss home, but I think I'm happy with what I've been able to do with my life. My whole family lives now in the United States. Why? Because they could see that America is a country of dreams. You come to America, you work hard, you can build a new life for yourself. Instead of staying in a country where at every corner you have dust heaps, on la personne for les poubelles. You have them everywhere. When somebody wants to describe where the house is, oh, that house that is near that garbage heap near there. A country that is supposed to be the capital city. Then you see other capital cities in other countries in Africa looking clean. You look at Rwanda, Kigali, looking clean. But in Cameroon, dirt everywhere. Smell, you can smell stuff. Dirt is everywhere. So the people are just living like animals. A guy will tell you, oh, I have a mansion. But close to that mansion, you have a lot of garbage heaps. So how can you enjoy living like that? And now, this week, people are talking about beware the heights of October 2025. But some people are not even waiting until October. They're already predicting that May 20th May, is going to be a day pregnant with meaning in La République du Cameroon. It looks like there have been a lot of suspicions of people organizing coup d'etats. But from what we see, some of the guys are saying, it looks like guys are planning that on that day, 20th May, Paul Biya will come out, and they're planning to attack his convoy. We know the presidential security of Paul Biya is aware of such threats, so they always take precautions. But it's enough. So which means every day Paul Biya has to come out, they have to be ready. And I'm sure they have been ready. But as you know, no matter how ready you are, sometimes it just takes one day when God is not with you and you pay the price. So is 20th May going to be the day that the opposition guys will take Biya out? And it looks like some of the guys who are in Biya's government are really part of this coup d'etat planning. So there are a lot of plans going on. We've heard about these plans, and we know the Biya regime is hearing about these plans too. It's not a secret. They know now that somebody wants to take this regime out. People are sick and tired of the Biya regime. They are sick and tired of it. And they are looking for different ways to get rid of this regime. The regime has B, but even with B, people are still making plans. Because even within the B structure, there is social discontent. The people are unhappy. A few weeks ago, the northerners in Cameroon were expressing their displeasure. How far did it go? Well, Cameroonians are jokers, especially Francophone Cameroonians. The northerners were saying, oh, we're going to do this, we're unhappy with Biya, he has done this to the north. But immediately Ferdinand Gongo took them to a dark room. He started sharing envelopes with all those leaders who claim to be members of Biya's party. Immediately they got those envelopes. They stopped their protests. So are these revolutionaries? No. These are people who only care about their stomachs. They don't care about the future of their children. You've lived your life. What kind of legacy do you want to bequeath your future, your children? What kind of life do you want to leave behind? What legacy? But most of these people are more of the kind of people I say, when I study Maslow's hierarchy of needs, their needs are very low. Food, shelter, that's it. Self-actualization is not among their needs. Which is why your average Cameroonian cares more about food, sardine, bread, and sardine. If they can eat bread and sardine, they are happy with their lot. So which is why when people talk about revolution in Cameroon, most people don't take Cameroonians seriously, because they know that Cameroonians are not really ready for revolution. You are ready for revolution when you've hit rock bottom and you know that you cannot go anywhere forward. You've gotten to the end of the rope. And that's it. It seems Cameroonians have not gotten there yet. They are still filled with a lot of fear. The guys who got to that level were the guys in Amazonia. And when you see the way things were going in Amazonia, that's why most of the time we feel sorry, because the loss of Sisiko has really done severe damage to the revolution. Sometimes people say one person doesn't make a forest. Yes, but Sisiko was a charismatic leader. He was loved by people in Nigeria and Cameroon. And even those in Amazonia also loved him. His incarceration has simply slowed down the pace of the revolution. I will not say the revolution is dead, because I know how people behave. They're going to come back and start fighting for their country. Then, of course, in La Republique, people are suffering from Paul Biya fatigue. Is Paul Biya going to leave on October 2025? Is he going to leave? Well, if he doesn't leave, some people are planning to force him to leave. So they're not going to sit and wait anymore, because they know he's going to fake the election victory again. Every time he fakes the election victory. This time it's not going to be different, because he has his henchmen ready. They're already playing games. So the biggest fraud machine is already in action. So when you hear about election in 2025, Elekam is there, coup constitutionnel, they are all there. So they're going to tell you Biya has won again. 90% of the victory, right? Where about Kamto? Well, Kamto is a great candidate, but his problem is he does not really understand that he's wasting his time, because Paul Biya is not going to accept to conduct an election, then lose that election. No. He is the referee of the match. Kamto and all these other players are playing with him. Because he's the referee, he will declare himself as a winner of the game. So this is sad. But why is Kamto not telling the truth to his followers? Why does he allow them to keep living in dreams, dreaming that Kamto will take over power? It will never happen. If Kamto has to take over power, then he has to do something more. Okay, he has to do something more. That's what we're saying. Okay?
At AUK Tax Service, we understand taxes can be overwhelming. That's why we've been serving taxpayers and tax preparers nationwide since 1986. Why wait for your money? We guarantee fair and accurate tax returns with experienced professionals you can trust. We offer a range of services, including accounting, bookkeeping, and recording, payroll, insurance, and real estate, corporate and individual income tax preparation, tax planning and preparation. Are you a tax preparer or entrepreneur looking to boost your income? Partner with AUK Tax Service for a free, fast, and easy way to grow your business. AUK Tax Service is the ideal partner for check cashing stores, travel agencies, realtors, loan officers, and grocery stores. Facing IRS tax problems? Let AUK Tax Service provide expert assistance to resolve any issues quickly and efficiently. With over 3 decades of experience, AUK Tax Service has been trusted by clients nationwide. We're committed to delivering exceptional service and ensuring bigger refunds. We make tax preparation seamless for businesses like yours. Don't wait, get your fair share with AUK Tax Service. Contact us today and let us handle your taxes with care. Learn more at www.auktax.com. Visit one of our convenient office locations or call us today. Our offices are located in Maryland and Virginia. AUK Tax Service. Bigger refunds. Better service.
Next, there's too much trouble in Congo DRC. You know it because we've been covering Congo DRC almost every week on this show, because we want you to understand the problems. Rebels from Rwanda joined forces with the Rwanda army to attack Goma, the biggest city. Then now they also attack Bakuvu, and now they are moving south. there are even fears that people are moving away towards the border with Burundi. Burundi is a country of President Evariste, who is a Hutu. And you know, Rwanda is ruled by a Tutsi gang, a Tutsi mafia, run by Paul Kagame. So already there are tensions in the region. So if the United Nations can work on these problems quickly, we can avert a lot of bloodshed. But the United Nations is very slow. They are not really taking this issue seriously. The people are running away. M23 is emboldened because they need to harvest all these mineral resources. They are capturing more territory and looting the resources of Congo. The only good thing is Paul Kagame has been declared persona non grata. The deal he signed with the European Union has been put to shame because people have made the Europeans realize that they are buying blood minerals from Kagame. You have a country with no minerals, but he's selling minerals more than even Congo DRC, a country that owns the minerals. So this guy is a big thief, big thief. And minerals, that's why Kagame does not want to leave Congo. They may tell you, we are trying to help our brother. That's just an alibi. The true reason is Kagame feeds off those minerals in Congo. That's the problem. Take away minerals from Congo and the war in Congo will end. Next, we take it to Namibia. In Namibia, the country is giving a state burial for the first president of the country, Sam Nujoma. He's a hero. We may never see the like of his kind again. People who love their country and die for their country. What about Niger? Niger is one of those countries that are part of the alliance des États de Sahel, which is a new confederation consisting of Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. Interestingly, this week we understand that jihadists were able to kill over 11 soldiers. This is a sad incident. We have to do much to stem the tide of jihadists. We take you now to Nigeria. We're going from one country to another, telling you what is happening in the motherland. In Nigeria, the main issue is Bola Tinubu thumping his fingers on his chest. The economy is back. The economy is back. Well, Nigerians tell me they are not feeling any sign that the economy is back. So hard times are still there. So is Bola Tinubu counting his victory, counting his eggs before they are hatched? That's what it looks like. Next time, watch Yakubu. Don't let Yakubu steal your victory, Nigerians. Yakubu declared Bola Tinubu the winner. But most of you are saying you don't even believe in Bola Tinubu as the winner of that election.
Tired of waiting in long lines at the emergency room or your doctor's office? You should be. Why wait in long lines for care? It's time for you to come to Lucille Urgent Care. Real care, no waiting. Lucille Urgent Care, the best place for true and loving care. Service at Lucille Urgent Care is convenient, fast, time efficient, affordable, accessible, transparent, and cost effective. Real treatment is your right. Indeed, it's not just a privilege or pejorative. Skip the emergency room's long lines, kiss the ER goodbye, say farewell to your old doctor's office, pay less, save time, enjoy the excitement of convenience, receive immediate treatment, get the healthcare you need quickly and affordably. Lucille Urgent Care offers many express services: rapid COVID-19 testing, on-site prescription, preventative lab services, imaging and x-rays, urgent medical treatment for common illnesses and injuries, routine vaccines and flu shots, work-related injury services, pre-employment, occupational, annual, and sports physicals, immigration exams, and much more. Same-day treatment, rapid lab results, extended hours, weekend hours, no appointment necessary, no insurance necessary, no doctor necessary, walk-ins accepted, telemedicine available. We are open 7 days a week with evening and weekend hours. We are located in Maryland. Lucille Urgent Care, 903 Half York Road, Towson, Maryland, 21204. Website, lucilleuc.com. Call at 443-275-1286 or 301-593-4897.
The only good thing, we're going to leave the show of today by taking you to Senegal. Senegal has a new president, Diomaye Faye, and a new Prime Minister, Ousmane Sonko. We've been talking about Sonko on this show so many times, so you should be aware. But the good news we are bringing is, whenever there's peace in Africa, we are very happy. When people can live in peace, we are very happy. When people can survive a war, we are very happy. So now Senegal is making peace with separatists from Casamance. Casamance is a breakaway province. It used to be a Portuguese territory and a French territory. Then Senegal took it over after independence. But these people from this region have been complaining about disenfranchisement, marginalization by the central government of Senegal. We are happy that Diomaye Faye is a young, dynamic leader, and he has decided to put an end to this separatist fight. Now, the people from Casamance are united with their brothers in peace. That's what we want. Where a guy like Paul Biya, like Diomaye Faye, maybe the Ambazonian problem would also be solved. But Biya has chosen military might over peace. We hope the next person who will be president of Cameroon can focus on the Ambazonian issue, because a lot of Ambazonians are worried. They are not talking about it, but they are worried. Every day they send me videos and pictures, and they write complaints about what is going on. So we've come to the end of our show. We're encouraging you to comment. Tell us what you think of the show, because the show is for you. We want to know what you think. If there are changes that you need us to make, let us know about those changes. We're going to effect those changes for you. You are the boss. Bye-bye. May God bless you.
Do you need tax preparation services? We can help. Contact PJ Tax Service, America's only full-time income tax preparers. Like the good old doctor, we do not close our doors after April 15th. In fact, we stay open all year round in order to serve you. We are located at 11207A, Lockwood Drive, Silver Spring, Maryland, 20901. Make an appointment today with Prince Ojong, your tax expert. Call 240-350-1131 or visit us on the web at www.pjtaxservice.com.
Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.